Both Baudelaire children will be needed on this adventure. Try switching to Klaus now.
I'll take it from here.
Well done. At times the children will be faced with more laborious tasks. A phrase which here means pushing heavy objects across the room. While jumping is only recommended for people with strong knees or insects in their trousers, let's give it a go. Stealing is a very impolite habit, and it is something you should never, ever, ever, ever do. Borrowing, on the other hand, is tolerable. Collect that boxing glove now. Even the smartest person in the world can be forgetful at times. If you've forgotten what you're looking for, this list should do the trick. Once you feel you have spent enough time in this dreadful place, you may leave through that door. In these dark moments, when their spirits were down, one thing always made the children feel better. Memories of their late mother and father, who they missed very much. While I personally am not a fan of small, dark spaces, Sunny Baudelaire was extremely brave for her age.
Sunny, try biting through the board that's blocking the door.
Sunny liked to bite things with her 4 very sharp teeth. Sunny didn't enjoy pushing nearly as much as biting, but she would do anything to help her brother and sister.
Thanks, Sunny. I wonder what these are. Maybe we'll need them later.
We'll start with the coffee can. That'll serve as a casing for the device. Next, we'll use the broom. It'll be the handle you hold on to, Klaus. Next up, the spring. Springs store and supply energy, which we'll be needing for sure. And last, the boxing glove. Guaranteed to deliver a solid punch. And there you have it. I call it the Brilliant Bopper.
The Brilliant Bopper. Perfect for shaking hands with extremely large people or clearing rats out of a room. Your choice.
That wasn't so bad. Let's find some more.
Ew! More rats!
I'm getting good at this. Let's keep looking.
Basically ask. So hair's kind of wet at the moment, so
There are
much. Fair play.
Oh no, this house is overrun.
We should find the kitchen. I bet most of them are in there.
Kind of.
This house is filthy. How can anyone live like this?
I'm not watching cutscenes, but I'm basically playing this casually.
Great job.
Supposed to be doing runs of this eventually, to the chagrinery of people who give me shit for switching between games too much, but I mean, I'm obligated to do this. Someone else is telling me to do it, so
Let's look
I'm sure
around for
this
the
will
other
come in handy
items.
later.
I'm fucked regardless. Like, either end's gonna judge me, so I better just do what makes me happy. Stick to my guns. The old heads will give me shit for sticking to that game, and if I play more than one game at once, then I get shit for that too. So it's like, you know. I'm just not going to show splits until I'm competent. That way I can justify it looking like I'm speedrunning it. They have splits on screen, they don't have to think about, oh, I'm running this game. They can just assume I'm playing it casually. But yeah, I'm basically playing it casually right now. The only non-casual thing about it is the fact that I'm skipping cutscenes. That was the funnel. The fan. Oh, the fan was on that thing that I pushed the cube towards earlier. Okay.
Those spiders are particularly nasty.
Yeah, I think speedrunning stopped being fun for me the moment I realised there'd be people on the either side of the fence getting mad at either approach that I take. At that moment, I was like, well, if I stick to my guns, people get mad at that, and if I switch to a different game, people on a different side of the fence get mad at that. So it's like, you know, screwed either way. And then the moment I realised that is the moment I stopped having fun speedrunning. It's no longer fun to me. Truth be told, if I had it my way, I'd be exclusively running FF9 right now, but that also is an easy way for me to get burnt out. When I'm running FF9 constantly, I get super burnt out, so it's probably a good thing for me not to do that anyway. Some people are mentally strong enough for that, like they have the fortitude to do that. I do not. FF7 was like my limit on length. I can't grind 9 like I grinded 7, like it just...
Next up,
it's too much
the
for my
funnel.
brain.
The funnel will allow the fruit to be aimed correctly. And last, the fork. It'll need a handle so I can carry it around. All in all, a crafty piece of machinery. I call it the fruit flinger.
I think too much, not where it matters, unfortunately.
That spider looks less than pleasant. Use the fruit flinger
Only while
to
I'm
knock it down.
daydreaming, which is a good indicator of low IQ right there. I daydream and then I get into deep thought.
Well, now she's angry. Violet's invention should do the trick.
It shouldn't really matter, it should just be, oh, I'm having fun playing a video game, and it's just video games, and I should just approach it the way that I have the most fun. That's the way it should be, but no, people like to analyze. Can't accept when someone's a slower learner. They can accept when someone's a faster learner, but if someone's a slower learner, they have to like think of potential reasons. So, oh, they're not getting results as fast as us because X, Y, and Z. And it's like, well, no, maybe I'm just not as fast of a learner. Blind races I do each weekend would indicate that, but since they're not a part of it, they don't know it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not about how fast you get the time, it's about how fast the time is when you get it, really.
It's so nice.
The glorious garden.
Do you remember the game you and Dad used to play?
A perfect fit.
I appreciate that I sound like Shift right now.
The splendid Stegosaurus.
Hurry, Klaus!
There's a lot of things I don't agree with what Shift says, but like, there's certain things where I'm like, okay, yeah, that resonates with me.
We don't want to let Justice Strauss down.
Check that one off the list. The pleasant painting. Right where it belongs. Another one down. The talented tourist.
Hurry, Klaus!
Check that one off the list. The amazing athlete.
Keep looking. I know you can do it.
Right where it belongs. Another one down. The majestic moon. A perfect fit. Let's see what's next.
Children, I don't... the extinguisher. The pressure it releases will give Sunny a boost. Next is the book strap. It's what we'll use to attach the device to her. Next, the pull cord. This will allow Sunny to turn the device on and off. Another work of genius, if I do say so myself. I call it the baby booster. It's my turn.
Generally, it's better for babies to remain safely on the ground. Sunny Baudelaire, however, was no ordinary baby. So
I'm a little rusty, but I'll give it a try.
That's good, Violet, but you'll have to play faster. Now you're getting the hang of it. A little faster. Quick, let's take out a wire before anyone sees us.
the legs of the tripod. These will give me the height that I need. Next is the piano wire. When applied correctly, it will provide rotary motion, allowing the legs to rise and fall. Next are my boots. I'll attach the legs to my boots so I can use them whenever I choose. And last, the straps from the snowshoes. These should hold it all together. Ready for action. I call them the steady stilts.
Stilts are useful for circus performers, people with very long arms, and those wishing to reach things they could not ordinarily reach. Try using Violet's stilts
How can
now.
Count Olaf expect us to make dinner without any food?
This goop is gross. That steam looks
I think, at the very least, what I think I should be thinking about is what, you know, the people who actually watch my stream and chat think. And most of my active chatters are supportive of me wanting to play this game. Or they actually want me to play this game, so... I think if I had to go towards either side, that's the side I should be going towards, is, you know, what chat wants from me. What people want me to stream. The people that actually watch my stream. What do they want to see? And that's not to say if I don't enjoy it, but that's what my stream wants, then I should play that even though I don't enjoy it. That's not what I'm saying. If I very much enjoy doing something, and it's the approach that my, like, usual viewers want me to do, then it's like, you know... It's probably the optimal play, really.
I'll take it from here. These rats seem meaner than the others. I wonder if they've been affected by the goop.
I mean, I definitely lean more towards being a speedrunner than I am a streamer. Like, I'm not saying I'm a particularly, like... Yeah, I'm not saying I'm a demon of either side. Like, I'm not a demon of speedrunning or streaming, but I definitely lean more into the side of being a speedrunner than I lean into the side of being a streamer.
It's all clear, Violet. You can get through on your stilts now.
Like, if I had to guess which one I lean towards more being, I'm more of a speedrunner than I am a streamer. But at the same time, it's also good to have company, so...
anything that disgusting before.
I think if there's critics on either side of the fence, that should be the optimal thought process. I don't think... maybe I'm just not smart enough to think of either, but I think the obvious low-hanging fruit solution, or the obvious low-hanging fruit solution to critics on either side is just to pick sides that my viewers are prefer, you know? Like, if you're gonna get judged either way, you may as well just pick the solution that most people are happy with, or more people prefer. I mean, that's kind of a... how do I put it? that's kind of a popular opinion fallacy in a way, but it's not the intent. I'm not saying that the more popular opinion or approach is always the best one. I'm just saying if you are stuck between a rock and a hard place, then that is... and you don't know where to go from there. Like, sometimes going with the popular opinion is optimal. If you're conflicted and you've got critics on either side, and you can't make your own mind up, then, you know, going off of that's, you know... it's not necessarily a bad mindset. It can be, you know, if you always rely on the popular opinion, but...
Who would store their food in a place like this? Klaus?
Count Olaf's henchmen are on patrol. You stay here, Violet. I'll look for another way in.
I'm terribly sorry, but you must try that again.
And I've ruined the cycle now, for fuck's sake. I don't even know what I'm going to get now. Okay, that's not that different. I think we're on the same cycle now, basically. I think we're synced back up. I believe so, anyway. If not, then we have a checkpoint here. Yeah, I think we're on the same cycle now. We are synced back up. Okay, never mind. Alright, turn around. Okay, thank you.
What's there?
Grab the key, open the chest, go down the hatch. I love that key sound effect, by the way.
Inherit.
The line. I'll leave my blueprint here for reference. everything we need. Let's head back to the dining room. We'll need to place the pieces before we can trigger my invention. Let's check the blueprint.
That did it.
If you
Honestly, I think...
with the
Oh,
doors
shit.
locked shut,
I got the early shot off.
opened them,
Nice.
Violet thought up an
I'm not beating that
ingenious
gold split.
invention to get them out of trouble.
If I launch it at just the right time, this device should hit the track switcher.
You'll need to hit it several times to set the train onto a different track. That's it. Keep it up.
But just before it was too late, a magical flying...
Right, nice. So we only missed one shot and we got an early shot off. That's good. Nice.
Or
Hell
maybe
yeah.
not.
We're like 4 minutes ahead of yesterday's casual playthrough. Smile.
How will we get across? I'll take it from here.
We'll start with your shoes, Klaus, and attach it all from there. Next up, the propellers. The rotation of the blades will propel you up and forward. Next item, the batteries. This invention needs a little extra power. And last, the shoelaces. I'll use those to tie it all together. For my next trick, I give you the levitating loafers.
Floating across treacherous gaps sounds like fun to you. Klaus's new loafers should... What an If floating across treacherous gaps sounds like fun to you, Klaus's new loafers should prove very satisfying. Fortunately, you are playing a video game, and when terrible things happen, you can go back.
I read about these toads in Monty's books. They spit poison, so be careful.
I didn't see that coming. Actually, yes, I did. Still, why not have another bat? This simply won't do. Let's try again. And I thought I had it rough. Tisk, tisk.
Here we come.
How sad. Boo-hoo.
Sonny, we've got you to thank for this one.
Let's go find Uncle Monty.
Fortunately, you are playing a video game, and when terrible things happen, you can go back and try again.
Absolutely.
Oh no, it's Vespula gigantus, a rare species of Australian wasp that explode when they sting you.
See?
One step closer to Peru.
Exploring the jungle.
This is a good spot for my blueprint. Now we can go.
The simple
my fruit flinger and take it from there. Next up, the lawnmower bag. That'll be the unit that contains the snakes. Next piece, the screwdriver. Installed correctly, it'll allow the device to operate in reverse. Last piece, the garden hose. I'll use it to bind all the pieces together. It's not my best work, but it'll have to do. I call it the reptile retriever.
The Baudelaire children are often burdened with very odd chores. This is no exception. Use the reptile retriever to collect that snake.
More wasps to take care of. I'm on it, Klaus. Klaus, I think you can make that jump now. I'll stay here.
I'll take it from here. I wonder if I can hit this switch. Violet, it seems these switches activate the gates. I'll take it from here.
It's my turn. One of Uncle Monty's snakes. I better not leave any behind. That one almost got away. That water looks dangerous. Time to use my stilts. What are those things? They look dangerous.
Yeah, the thing I was saying earlier, I'm not saying that lurkers don't matter, because lurkers absolutely matter. What I mean is, like, you know, just the act of watching a stream, you know, even if you're not chatting, I can tell, like, what people prefer to watch. So even, like, just what lurkers show up for, like, that's also valuable. Lurkers are no less valuable than the people who actually chat. They're just as valuable. I wasn't saying that lurkers aren't as valuable, because they are. When I said people who watch my stream and actually chat, I didn't mean, oh, if you don't chat, you don't matter. That's not what I was saying. I mean, like...
Count Olaf's henchmen are everywhere.
Just both included, not one or the other. That's basically what I was trying to say.
Not good. Not good at all.
Count Olaf's henchmen are everywhere.
How discouraging.
Count Olaf's henchmen are everywhere.
Let's try that again.
Count Olaf's henchmen are everywhere.
No, not what I had in mind. Let's try that again.
Count Olaf's henchmen are everywhere.
And I thought I had it rough.
Count Olaf's henchmen are everywhere.
How discouraging.
Count Olaf's henchmen are everywhere. I hope I'm helping Violet out.
Slippery little fella. I'm glad I'm not allergic.
sad. Boo-hoo. Fortunately, you are playing a video game, and when terrible things happen, you can go back and try again. Foiled again. That sort of thing cannot be allowed to continue. Try again. Poor Baudelaires. What an unpleasant experience. Still, why not try again? Our present course can lead to no good. Try again? How sad. Boo-hoo. I wish I hadn't seen that. I'll pretend I didn't see that. That sort of thing cannot be allowed to continue. Try again.
That tree is enormous. I hope I can read about it in Uncle Monty's reference library.
It's my turn.
I'll take it from here.
It's my turn. Mistakes aren't so scary. It's my turn. I couldn't have done that better myself.
God, my rant.
They lived.
I look back on it and I'm like, man, I sound like Ricky from Trailer Park Boys. I'm like, if I can't swear and smoke, I'm
This
fucked.
is one crazy hedge maze.
That's how I sound when I complain about where not everyone's in support of either approach to speedrun and IT. Where
I hope I'm helping.
sound like Ricky in the courtroom. They tell him to stop swearing and to not smoke, and he's like, well, this is unfair. If I can't swear or smoke, I'm fucked.
Such an odd place to keep snakes.
Probably a false equivalence, but it has that same kind of like vibe to me. Looking back on what I was saying.
Snakes aren't so scary.
in mind. Let's try that again. How discouraging.
I wonder how Violet's doing. Ow!
I haven't practiced this skip yet.
I didn't see that coming. Actually, yes, I did.
No, that's
Still,
way too punishing
I'll have
for me to go for yet, I think.
How unfortunate. How upsetting. Let's try that over. What an unpleasant experience. Still, why not try again? They lived happily ever after. Oh, wait. No, they didn't. Let us turn from this misfortune and try again. I didn't see that coming. Actually, yes, I did. Still, why not have another bat? How sad. Boo-hoo. I wish I hadn't seen that.
I wonder how Violet's doing. I wonder what that did.
It's my turn. This place is crawling with henchmen. Slippery little fella. These wasps are vicious.
I'll take it from here. I'll take it from here.
It's my turn. That one almost got away.
Just then, I didn't even need to jump back over the gap. I could have just switched to Violet straight away. That was unoptimal. Just letting you know that I addressed that. I've acknowledged that that was stupid of me to do that. It was very dumb.
We got all the snakes. Let's head through that door. That must be the key we need to open the gate.
Back where you belong. Safe and sound. There you go. You must be glad to be home. Safe and sound. That's more like it. Back where you belong. You must be glad to be home. Safe and sound. There you go.
Stop. Don't.
We'll need something.
First up, the spool. That'll help turn the chamber inside the lock. Next piece is the paintbrush. It'll allow us to keep the device steady. And last, the tweezers, to take care of the interior pins. It's fairly simple, but it'll do the job. I call it the lucky lockpick.
I'll have to follow the pattern carefully, or else this will never work. getting somewhere. This is harder than it looks.
Good job, Klaus.
I wish I hadn't seen that.
It's getting complicated, but I think I can do it. I'll have to follow the pattern carefully, or else this will never work. Powder puff.
Well, let me tell you something. I know a snake bite when I see one. I am a world-renowned expert in snake bite-ness. I am not Count Olaf, this man of whom you speak. I am an Italian man. In fact, how dare you accuse me of such a thing?
Foiled again.
I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, I pressed the wrong button the first time. I meant to jump. I meant to do that jump straight away, but
I am a world-renowned expert in snake.
I haven't quite beat it into myself yet to beat its jump. Apparently.
I am not Count Olaf, this man of whom you speak. I am an Italian man. In fact, how dare you accuse me of such a thing? It was Dr. Dead Guy's dream to take the children to Peru, and it would be a darn shame for them not to go. Myself was almost completely consumed and digested by a Portuguese anaconda. Fortunately, I came to my senses just in time to stick my arms out and prevent any further swallowing, which is, of course, standard field procedure. I am not an actor. I'm a professional herpa snimgenfrist. And I demand respect I am an Italian. Plain and simple. I like good food and football. The European kind. Gee, I
Look, some of the stores are open.
Hey! 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 Ah! Ah! Hey! 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 Oh! You brought
That wasn't on the list of supplies. Hurricane Herman is drawing near. Closed. Hurricane Herman is drawing near. That wasn't on the list of supplies.
Yeah, I think rather than picking up the health, it's faster for me to just, like, take an intentional death. Maybe. We'll see. In theory it is, anyway. Not with how slow it takes me, or how long it takes me to get the double jumps, but in theory it's faster to just kill myself than to pick up those health drops.
Poor Baudelaire.
No, it's not, because you have to watch the cutscene again. Didn't realise that. Oh well.
Our present course can lead to no good. Try again?
Thank you, Fogler. Now am I also a professional NA aimer? Oh, it's pretty good aim for NA. Oh, you're British? Oh, never mind. Your aim's just shit. Talking about myself, of course. I have NA aim. Heck W. To be honest, it's probably less about the aim, it's probably more like I'm using these poppers like it's a P90. That's probably what it is. The aim's fine, it's just the way I'm using it. The way I'm utilising my shots is like I'm using a P90. I guess. I don't know. Hate these crabs.
used to bake the most lovely cakes. Mom used to bake the most lovely cakes. That's everything.
That was close. Shoes don't fail.
Poor Baudelaires.
That was close. Shoes don't fail me now. I've got to keep moving. Almost there.
This room is falling apart. We'll need to be careful. Hold on, Sonny.
Not good. Not good at all.
Thank you for the follow, Wobbler. I don't know.
Hold on, Sonny.
Foiled.
I want to
again.
feel like I've done enough like individual chapter practice before I time them. I would say. Normally what happens is I shoot myself in the foot by like making splits early, and then I'm like, oh man, I don't know where to save time. It's like, man, you haven't even practiced your chapters yet. Like, come on. I feel like I'm probably less likely to feel hard stuck if I actually like drill the chapters first and then use splits maybe. Yo Nexus, thank you. Oh, thanks to Cheeky. Appreciate it. Congrats on your Chronicles run, that's huge.
That was close.
I know you were worried for a bit about whether or not you would actually finish a run or not, but you did it. You know, you made saves, but you didn't really have to load any of them. The only save you had to load was the one to reset the memory cache, if I'm correct in saying that. Like, you made the safety saves, but you didn't have to load any of them. It was literally, you did it for a memory corruption reset thing, just to make sure that the game doesn't crash. It was basically a single segment other than that. So that's huge. And that game looks very fucking difficult, so... Oh, okay, yeah. But I didn't really see you... I mean, I wasn't watching the whole thing, because obviously I started this. Oh, I was getting ready to start this up, but
Let's try again.
yeah, it didn't really look like he died anyway. From what I saw.
They lived happily ever after.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh wait, no.
Like, you're stuck in VCI hell for, like, a while. But yeah, timed runs of this, probably when I actually feel like I've drilled the chapters individually enough. I mean, on the one hand, maybe it would be good to time runs early, just so I have a very nice sum of worse to run against when the runs suck. So it can be like, well, I've done worse than this. That is one benefit of, like, making splits early on is you get to have a very lenient summer worst.
Not good.
So you can always make yourself feel better with your summer worst, even if you're behind your averages. But yeah, I wanna drill the chapters enough before I actually use splits, I would say. Just so I don't know. I feel like if I do that, it'll delay me feeling hard stuck. It'll make me feel like I have more room for growth. Whereas if I use splits early on, I'm always just like, man, I don't know where to improve, and it's like, yeah.
Let us turn from this misfortune and try again.
Yeah, you're right. You're alright about that. I don't know. I was just raised with MGSR and the legendary speedrunner known as Chubbas. And they'd always say stuff about people platoon early because they weren't like putting enough practice before their runs, and then they'd comment on how like, oh, people feel hard stuck, but like if they put the initial prep in beforehand, maybe they'd get more results, and maybe they would feel like there's more room for growth. I don't know. That's just how I see it. I mean, there's people on either side of the fence. There's no right or wrong, it's different for each person.
Let us turn from this misfortune and try again.
Honestly, a problem I have with the, oh, learn everything before you go into runs mentality. For me, by the time I've learned the last thing I need to learn, I've already forgotten, like, the early stuff. Like, sure, it works for some people, I can't do that, though. I think Chica was worrying about that as well with Tomb Raider Chronicles. Thankfully, that wasn't the case. Like, he started his run today. Like, yeah, he put a lot of effort into VCR and he was like worrying about forgetting some stuff in the earlier chapters, but it seemed like he actually did the early chapters really well, so... It is different for each person, though.
This simply won't do. Let's try again.
Yeah, you've retained your knowledge and memory of like the early game very well. So even though it'd been a while, like that, like early chapter practice definitely paid off. Even if in recent memory a lot of it was spent on VCI, like just having done it like beforehand definitely paid off. Wanna get comfy? Fair. Also, I have to kind of be honest with you at the moment, Fogler. I'm using Open PS2 loader right now. Now, I haven't noticed any, like, faster loads. Maybe the loads are a little bit faster, but, like, the lag seems the same on OPL as on, physical disc. And the loads seem the same, so maybe it's exactly the same. Maybe the game's exactly the same in OPL as it is on disc. But, yeah, I am playing an OPL at the moment. Not like I notice a difference gameplay-wise. I can't tell the difference between this and running off my disc. Yeah, me playing this on OPL just saves me wearing out my laser, my backup disc. I don't think there's any point in wearing out my DVD laser on my PS2 until I actually feel comfortable to do runs. Or comfortable doing runs. Wild Fist Hunter. Hell yeah. Oh.
Discouraging.
I wish I still had a fat PS2. I gave it to my sister.
Foiled again.
You can get hard drives for slim PS2s, like Cheek was telling me about that,
Feel
but
like something awful might have happened.
yeah, the easiest thing for me was just through SMB, with SMB share through Raspberry Pi.
Let us turn from this misfortune and try again.
I didn't buy a Pi specifically for it, I just had a Raspberry Pi sitting there, and I was like, well, I can use this for my PS2, so why not give it a go? I wasn't going in, like, when I originally got my Pi, it wasn't for gaming, you know?
You may want to try a little
I
harder.
didn't want to be one of those Raspberry Pi gamers, like, it's not what I'm about, but it's a good way for you to run or play PS2 games without wearing out your laser, basically.
They lived happily ever after. Oh wait, no, they didn't.
I don't know, it's just funny, it's just a meme, it's where everyone's like, oh, I use my Raspberry Pi for all gaming. You can even run N64 emulator, and then you're like, alright, show me the M64 emulator, and then it runs at like 5 FPS, and you're like, alright, well, I mean, if that's good enough for you, I don't know, man. For me, the N64 frame rate is low enough as it is. I don't want to
I'll pretend I
play it
can
off
see.
of a Raspberry Pi, like, but I do still love my Raspberry Pi, like, it's a good way to load the games onto the console.
Sad. Boo-hoo.
Yeah, thanks again for the very cheeky, and thank you for the follow. Yeah, sorry if you wanted an anon follow. I know most people do.
I wish I hadn't seen that.
I try my best not to, like, say the name of the person who follows. Like, I try to keep that anonymous. It's not because I don't want to say your name, it's just that certain people just don't like their names being read out, like, when they follow. Which is fair enough. Okay, that took me like 2 minutes longer than it should have. Thank you for the follow. Oh, good. What? Oh, thank you, Nexus Street. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'll probably be using disc for actual runs, just because I have it, it's there, I can use it. But while I'm not feeling up for runs, yeah, OPL is a good alternative for now. I can't tell the difference anyway, they both seem exactly the same, but if there is a difference, then yeah, I'm going to be using disc for actual runs anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Don't want to wear out my laser while I'm practicing.
Let us turn from this misfortune and try again.
10 to 1 in the morning. That was me last night, watching Cheeky do Chronicles. Not that I dislike Tomb Raider, like, I grew up watching my siblings play Tomb Raider. I've great fond memories of watching my siblings play Tomb Raider and me trying to play it myself and using a level select cheat in Tomb Raider 2 and having to use cheats to actually finish the game. But nonetheless, you know, I have cherished memories of Tomb Raider, but it's not my usual thing that I watch on Twitch. While I used to love watching my siblings play Tomb Raider, it's never the sort of game I've been on Twitch and be like, man, I want to watch some Tomb Raider. But either way, yeah, it's still nice to watch Cheeky play Tomb Raider Chronicles, even though I don't really play the games myself.
More of those pesky crabs.
Yeah, if I didn't have a cheat book, I probably would be stuck on the Assault course, if I'm completely honest. But I had a cheat book because I used to like collect like the PS1 magazines and get all the demo discs and stuff. I love PS1 demo discs, but anyway. I had a bunch of cheat books that came with some magazines, and the cheat book was there, and I was like, well,
We should head back to the
I don't know how to progress past here, or the first level, so let's just cheat my way through. I don't know anyone in my family who's actually good at Tomb Raider, I'd say, though. I don't know if I can pinpoint an exact sibling who's good at Tomb Raider in my family. Like, I have a sibling who's decent at Resi, a sibling who's decent at Rayman and some other games, but I can't pinpoint who was like the best at Tomb Raider in my family. Maybe my older sister was the best at Tomb Raider, probably. He does like a good bit of Tomb Raider.
Watch out for the red leeches. I hear they're really vicious.
Not that I'm timing this run, but just going by my op time, I don't think sub 2 is going to happen this run. Unless my, unless my bad ending this run is faster, or this playthrough is faster than last playthrough. It doesn't look like I'm gonna get sub 2 this one. Just going up on my uptime, that's all.
Good job, Violet. The rescue ship is here.
If it is sub 2, it's gonna be close. Yeah, I can't remember what the save points are like in the Tomb Raider games, if I'm honest. I mean, I know in Chronicles you have like the BMUs. I'm dumb. God damn it. Yeah, sub 2 ain't happening now. That's fine. I don't have splits anyway, so
So let's start with that.
save the sub 2 when I actually have splits.
To extend and retract the device. And last, the gardening tool. A perfect hook to grab onto those hard-to-reach spots. Violet's more clever at naming these things, but I'll give it a shot. I'll call it the horrifying hook.
Alright, Fez, Froglet. C12 Final Resistance. I loved that game growing up. never finished it. I got to like the mole, but like I loved C12 growing up. At some point, or one point, that was actually a game I was looking into running, was C12 Final Resistance. Love that game. Love the atmosphere, like, I love the perspective, like, it's just such a underrated game. I wouldn't say it's like a masterpiece of a game, but it's, you know, it's underappreciated for sure. I love C12. Yeah, I don't know why. I got distracted from running C12 at some point. I think it's because I looked at the boards, and the boards for C12 looked fucking disgusting. And at that point in time, there was only a segmented board or some shit like that, and it was like, well, somebody's already done some of the legwork, but this looks kind of cringe. And then I just got distracted and just forgot about it. But yeah, C12, like, I have fond memories of playing that game.
Up here!
How sad. Boo-hoo.
Oh my god.
Yeah! Fucking shit, yeah! Motherfuck!
You can hover, you know. Right, good.
Up here!
Alright, the VOD's published if you want to take a look at the... Take a look at the playthrough in all its cringe glory.
You can do it, Klaus. Keep it together.
Hey, Black Belt.
I'm having barrels of fun. The sky is falling.
Holy shit.
Just wait until I get my hooks on you.
I'm surprised I was allowed to play it. The game was like 11s or 15s plus, right? Well, probably not over there, like over in the States it was probably like T for teen or like M for mature. But like over here, it was like, I think it was like 11s plus, maybe 15s plus. I'm not... Maybe it was 11s plus. Either way, I'm still surprised I was even allowed to play it. Yeah, no, I played it when I was that young as well, I'm pretty sure. When I was like 10, I'd moved on to like GameCube and other stuff. It's like PS2, PlayStation, that's the plebs platform. GameCube and Xbox, that's where it's at. That's where the true gamers play. None of this low-hanging fruit PS2 bullshit. Yeah, when I was 6, I was like playing PS1 demos heavy, and then I eventually got a copy of C12.
A lot higher up than it seems.
And here I am, 15 years later, back on PS2, just because getting NTSC to work on a modded PS2 is so much easier than the other consoles. Xbox I've heard is pretty easy, but like PS2, like out of all the 6th gens, like PS2 is by far the easiest to soft mod, I would say. It helps that a lot of GameCube games are PAL 60, same with Xbox. But PS2, while PAL 60 was a thing, it wasn't nearly as common as on those two platforms. Legend of the Dragoon. I hear mixed things about that game. Like, I hear jokes that, like, people who retire from FF7, they play Legend of the Dragoon. The meme is that Legend of the Dragoon is the retired FF7 runner's run. But I also hear people say that Legend of the Dragoon is very unimpressive for its time, because it came out the same year as FF9. And if you compare it to FF9, the game seems substantially, like, more, like, obsolete. Like, the game seems very dated if you bear in mind the fact that it came out the same year as FF9. So I think, especially FF9 fans, they consider Legend of Dragoon to be like an overrated game, but I think a lot of FF7 fans, they generally like Legend of Dragoon. In their mind, it's like, Legend of Dragoon is just like FF7, but you don't have to worry about IGT manips. Legend of Dragoon is like the purist's FF7. I think that's the way people see it.
I'm having barrels of fun.
No stake in the game? Yeah, fair.
Watch out! Wouldn't want you to get hurt. It'll take more than that, orphan.
I mean, I claim to prefer FF6 and Chrono Trigger to the FF games I run. But I still have no stakes in the games just because I don't regularly play them at least once a year. Whereas the FF runs I have ran, generally I play at least once a year. But you gotta bear in mind, FF6 has pre-run step manipulation, which means not only do you need to set up the save file, like spend time setting up the save file to manipulate your step count. Also, what that means, each run you need to load up that save before you hit new game. I really don't like that.
I'm having barrels.
That's not me saying that, oh, the person who got world record using that strat, his run isn't legitimate because he does that. That's not what I'm saying. Like, I have just as much respect for their world record as if yeah, I have just as much respect for their record as if the game didn't have, like, even if the run didn't have the pre-run step manipulation, I would still respect their world record just as much. But what I'm saying is that's something which I didn't like about me wanting to run the game personally. Whereas FF7 and 8, you can just do the step count. There is a pre-run step count for FF8, but it's banned. FF7 just doesn't have one found yet. FF9 doesn't really have a save step count, it's just like basically random for all intents and purposes. And Chrono Trigger is an incredibly difficult speedrun, where you gotta like... You gotta try and like squeeze past enemies' hitboxes so you don't get into the encounter with them. There's a bunch of glitches you need to do as well. And like, if you don't play your ATB perfectly during Chrono Trigger fights in the speedrun, you just die. Like, there's no backups, there's no like adapting. Like, most of the time, for most of the fights, if you fuck up the specific ATB order you need to do, you just die. You're just fucked. So that's the reason I don't run those two, despite the fact that I do prefer those to, yeah, I would say I prefer those to FF7, 8, and 9 overall. Yeah, I actually watched a video about that lately. I think it was Dr. Swellman. I don't think I watched all of it, but
Are you even trying?
yeah. I'll be honest, I didn't even know RPG Maker came out as early as PS1. I thought that was like a Steam thing. I thought... Oh, I'm stupid. Yeah, I thought like RPG Maker was like Vista era. I thought that's when the first one was. So I didn't actually realise there was a PS1 game of it. So it's cool to know. Yeah, I didn't know that. Like I have VX Ace on Steam, but I hadn't really researched that much into it. I think I'm gonna die. I've never failed this before, just for the record. I've never failed this minigame ever.
That was difficult to watch.
Alright, time to lock in.
Dreadful situation.
Hey!
Are you even trying to hurt me? See, I'm invincible. Might as well give it.
How am I fucking this up? Suddenly.
Dreadful situation. Are you even trying to hurt me?
No way. Why am I... I've never done this. I've never failed like this before. Okay.
Fire! Again! Fire! Get him!
All part of the show, ladies and gentlemen. All
Alright, sorry about
part of
that.
the
Sorry.
show.
I just got flustered there.
Not falling for it.
Thank you for the
I hereby
GG Foglet.
arrest you in the name of the law. Oh dear.
Did you guys hear that weird beep sound? Was that just me? Like, was that just a random sound effect that I heard, like, from my
Guilty by the court.
PC somehow? Or was that actually in the capture? Because that
Before
was...
serving his life sentence,
You
he
heard
was
it, yeah.
judged
That was fucking
free
weird, man. I don't know what that
only
was.
to suffer every hardship that he had forced upon the children.
Yeah, sorry, Nexus, for, you know, kind of going limp dick on the conversation there. Yeah, I just got flustered with that, because, like, wait, I've never fucked this up before. Only released an EN since Vista. You made RPG Maker game in MZ.
Put in the care of justice
You've made
and
$1,200 off of it.
well spent
1,200
free
smackers.
time
Holy
reading
shit,
in
that's
their
crazy.
library.
Oh, good
Collected
shit.
discarded mechanical parts for Violet to use in her inventions, and filled Sunny's bedroom with things for her to bite on. I'm thrilled to say all this, but alas, it is not the truth. As I warned at the very start, the video game you are playing does not have a happy ending. If you like, you may turn the machine off right this instant and not view the unhappy ending that is to follow.
Okay, so I published the VOD earlier, so I can just quickly retime it.
Ladies and gentlemen, all part of the show. Lights! Lights, you buffoon! Oh, sorry. Stop him!
He's getting away!
This isn't over.
No matter where you go, I'll find you. No matter what you say, no one will believe you. Because you're dull, uncivilized, insignificant little children, and you're all alone in this horrible world. I'll get my hands on your fortune if it's the last thing I do. Oh, I hated that. Let's do it again.
And here we are, at an ending most unfortunate. Count Olaf has escaped. The Baudelaire parents are still dead, and the orphans are once again on their own. I will leave reports of my investigation at prearranged locations, and continue to do everything in my power to keep you informed as to the fate of the children. But I must warn you, whatever adventures lie ahead for them are almost certain to be fraught with tribulation. A word which here means heartache, misery, and suffering.
I think that was a 158.29. Thank you, Black Belt. I mean, maybe it was like 158.28, but either way, like, it doesn't make too much of a difference. Yeah, that was fun. Right, now that means on my main memory card, I have a save at the start of Chapter 1, a save at the start of Chapter 2, and a save at the start of Chapter 3. So, it's all lined up now. I don't need to, like, constantly switch out cards to practice different ILs. I can just use the one card and... yeah. It was annoying at first when I realised you couldn't select and copy the save files, so I could arrange them like that, but, you know, I found the way around it. I just save one. Well, I'm speaking of times of single sitting playthroughs. For my first single sitting playthrough, boot up new game, exit out, so I have the save there, start chapter 1, and then start a playthrough from save 2 and make a save at the start of chapter 2, and then today, save on slot 3 and make a save at the start of chapter 3, so... It was the easiest way to for me to line that up with my laziness. I could have just went an emulator and like sped through, used fast forward, etc. But so I could experience the game on console and make saves at the same time. This was like the best way to do it from a lazy perspective. So that's cool. Yeah, 158.29. Yeah, I've checked the XML and yeah. Yeah, I think I started the playthrough around 13:12:41 and finished about 15:11:10. So yeah, that maths out to 158.29 as well. So okay. No, I don't want to save. I already have a save at the end of this game. Just to make sure I've got my save files lined up. Yeah, chapter 1 save, chapter 2 save, chapter 3 save. Lovely jubbly. It's all lined up now. I don't need to procrastinate based on how obnoxious it was to have to practice chapters before. I can just load up the one memory card and it's there. It's all there. Alright, question is, where do we go now? I've got to head out in like 10 minutes, so I've got to be quick about my decision making here. I'm gonna have to raid and dash, potentially. Well, we were discussing C12, which is a PS1 game, and I think the stream I want to go to is a decent place to raid and dash. If I raid anywhere else, I'm gonna feel bad about like not staying in channel for like 5 minutes. But I think somewhere like Twitch Plays Oddworld is a yeah, that's a great place to raid and dash, I would say. Perfectly valid place to raid and dash. Yeah, thanks very much for watching, everyone. Thanks again for the follows and the raid, Chica Chunk. Appreciate that. Congrats again on your big dub on your Tomb Raider run. Huge. Yeah, peace everyone. Hopefully more of this tomorrow. We'll see though. Bye.